Excellent. Well,
I'm trying.
and we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have a magnificent guest with us today, one who's going to give us some amazing information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than a sister who we're very honored to have, none other than Sister Latif of the What She Said podcast, and we're going to get straight into it. First of all, how are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great, sir. How are you?
Excellent. Um, let's talk about the. Let's get straight into the game, your board game, and then we also want to talk about your podcast and your future endeavors as well. How
Okay.
did you come up with a board game?
Okay. So that's funny you would say a board game because it kind of falls into the category of a board game slash card game.
Okay.
But the name is What She Said, the card game. So it's a card game. The slogan is the card game for women, about women, invented by a woman. Um, it's not feminist at all, but what it is just the things that situations that women encounter with the men, women, and children in their lives. So it's almost like a situation game. The part that kind of makes it go on to the board game category is that there are pieces involved, and the pieces is, of course, based on women, and that's charm bracelets. So the whole goal of the game is that women, up to 4 players, if you're a generous type person and you want to include everybody, you have 6 people, you can make it work somehow. But the goal is that you're basically reading situations. It could be from involving men, women, or children, and the women that agree with the player that's reading that card, she gives her answer. So if they agree, they would say what she said and give her a charm to add to her charm bracelet. So at the end of the night, the gathering, game night, whatever, ladies' night, birthday
Okay.
party, you all walk away with the charm bracelet, which means you also all walk away with a memory of maybe someone that you know, and maybe someone that you only met that night, but you'll always have that charm bracelet to remember the fun that you had with those women.
Okay, great. So we definitely I know my sisters, I know every girl I've been cool with, they always talk about playing card games and board games.
Mhm,
So for an example,
mhm.
what would be one of the questions that we would watch? I mean that you might ask at the board
Okay.
game.
Well, I have my demo game. It's really beat up because it's my baby, but let's pull one out. Uh, this one will be involving children. And the situation is my grown son borrowed some money from me saying it was to get his car repaired. The next day, his girlfriend calls and tells me my son just proposed to her. By the way, his car is still not working. So, and then there's 3 choices. The first one is A, I congratulate her and go on with my life. He can do what he wants with the money. B, I rush to get off the phone, call my son, curse him out for lying about what the money was for. Or C, I call my son and ask, can I borrow his car to see if he tells the truth? So basically, from the multiple choice, these are 3 different types of women.
Yes, ma'am.
And based on your answer, someone may agree or someone may say, nah, I would have did C or I would have did, but the ones that agree will give you a charm bracelet or give her a charm bracelet. And then so on, you go around. The person that has the most charms on their bracelet is the winner, but everyone walks away with the memory.
Okay. I love that. All right. And shout out to everybody who's watching people's podcast. My sister Naima sends her greetings. Your sister
Yeah.
Khadijah's in the comments. Everybody showing love. All right,
Thank
so
you.
let's all get together and get ready to support the board game, the What She Said board game. Do you have a cash app or a way for other people who want to support and see somebody that we know who made a game? Let's bring it to fruition. Let's make sure we get it in our stores or
Hmm.
order it to our house. What can we do? How can we support you?
Well, my Cash App is, of course, the $, and then taxi, like the cab driver, taxi 80. So TAXI 80. Women, Right now, I have a few games that they would literally get like the original game before it hits stores. So if they want to order the game, they can also place the order on my Facebook page at Anoj, INOJ, Health and Beauty. And they can just send me a message because I don't have it on there because I'm in the works of getting it in stores. But I do still, the few that I have left that I personally have, I will still sell.
Mm, okay, great. So you're the first person I've interviewed plenty of people, and you're the first person I've seen to just like, yo, I'm gonna make a board game, a card game, put it in the stores. How did you come up with the concept?
Ugh. I think I came up with the concept comes from my podcast, which is on my fiance's radio station, redmediaradio.com. Um, the whole thought, ever since I was young, I always wanted to invent something. Like I would see those commercials, the 1-800, you have an idea, call this number and we'll send you the free pamphlet. And like I would just call and get it sent. I just knew I wanted to invent something, had no idea what it would be. Having lots of siblings, I will always come up with like little games and stuff for my sisters to play. Sometimes my brothers, depending on the type of game. And I think that, that was just the path, everything, experience, life, hearing women's conversations, being a woman. And I kind of not really got frustrated, but was starting to feel down, even myself, from saying, you can't trust other women, I don't have any real girlfriends, and just that stigma that we have on each other. So from past experience and just life and me being me, it just came to me one night when I was laying in bed, like, this could be something that maybe the shy girl, which is definitely me, open up a little bit, and then, and I'm like obsessed with like growing old. And I'm like, I wonder what kind of memories I will have. And then this everything all together just came to me with the game.
Beautiful. My sister Miriam says assalamu alaikum as well. Thank you everybody who's watching it and all over the country. Can't wait to put this on YouTube. And Sis Khadija says games, shows, camps, foods. It's like an AC. And then Mimi says Sis Khadija's Kareem was twin. Okay. So now how can we watch the What She Said podcast?
So you can watch the podcast. We were doing it on YouTube, so you can definitely catch some of the older episodes. Right now,
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
like in between. I haven't started back up yet, which that'll be starting up, I believe, like next week or the week after. But you can tune into redmediaradio.com every Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Perfect. Yes, ma'am. So once again, if we are all at home and we want to have a game night, which is probably every weekend, to the people who are married, people who are single, no matter where you are, let's make sure that we get this game and show love to the What She Said podcast and the What She Said board game. Can you give us one more card example of, what would the questions be?
Okay. Let's see. Okay. So this is one that I did actually with my sister Khadija and Aisha at the my launching for the game. And this one really had all of the women like featuring an uproar, excitement, and oh my God, no, he didn't. But I haven't experienced this, but these are real situations. And this situation is hubby tells me his buddy is coming over for dinner. When his buddy shows up, he shows up with his side piece, but you are pretty cool with his wife. The first answer would be A, I excuse myself immediately and call his wife. B, I go on with dinner, minding my business. Or C, after they leave, I question my husband and start to question his loyalty for being okay with his friend's behavior. So
that's a I'm sure that's a tough one for a lot of people.
yeah, it's real situation.
Okay. And if, for the people who are watching, what would you all do? Sister Khadija, of course, put C, all these C's, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, hopefully, I didn't, and you said one of the options was Just like don't say nothing.
Just mind your business. Which
Okay.
is hard.
I know, man, it's hard, y'all, but if y'all ever see me with somebody, just mind your business. Everybody, Naima said A and C. Mimi said this game gonna have people flipping over tables for sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. And once again, ma'am, Mimi says she's swinging on him and her, then calling her friend. Oh my, Mimi, like, all right. So
it's accurate. It's accurate.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So I wanted to know the Facebook page again, or how do we order? And the Cash App.
So the Facebook page is Anoj Health and Beauty, INOJ Health and Beauty. That's for the game. And also I do make, I have a all natural hair care, skincare line that I'm launching back late spring. You have to work on the products, sample. I'm putting them in my children's hair. My son is using one of the oils right now, but I do have products. I make all natural makeup. You can always inbox me if you have any questions about anything that you may, be interested in. And that's where you also can inbox me about the game. You won't see any pictures or anything about the game because it's in the process, but I do have a few left. And then Wonderful. It's if you want to donate to help see those games in stores, then that's the $TAXI 80.
Excellent.
80. Yes, sorry, my fiance was whispering 80. He helped me out. TAXI 80.
Wonderful. And my sister Miriam said she will be getting the game. And we have two more questions for you, ma'am. We have a quick 60-second commercial break for all of the sponsors of the People's Podcast. I want to thank you all. And every like, share, and subscription, and anonymous donation. 1 second.
A camera and a drone. He does television and film editing. Please reach out to him if you need any of those services. Sister Miriam's ABC I Love Me, children's book and coloring book, and now Spanish book. All 3 available on Amazon.com. Sister Naima's Stay on Point Dance Academy, LLC. She teaches ballet virtually to young girls all across the country, right here in the studios of Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Kenneth's Bow Tie Maker Extraordinaire. He'll ship you bow ties anywhere across the nation. Dr. Henry Carter's King Henry Turkey Legs, right here in Atlanta, Georgia. Brother Rashad Muhammad's COVID-19 Disinfected Cleaning Services, out of Chicago. Student Minister Sharif Muhammad's book, A Soldier in the Movement of Christ, available on adulsharif.com. And lastly, Brother Joshua Muhammad's book, Cleopatra, as well as No Father, No Excuse, both available on Amazon. If you would like to...
Thank you very much. All right. Now, ma'am, okay, what is your favorite album of all time?
Oh, wow. My favorite album, it's a lot, but if I had to choose, I would definitely say Prince, Purple Rain, because I like the movie and the album, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great choice, and that's consistent. It's been consistent with a lot of people who say Purple Rain. You can't go wrong with Purple Rain. Yes, ma'am. All right, and one more question that we have for you. Okay. What would you like your legacy to be, ma'am?
Oh, wow. I would like, that's a hard one. But I would like my legacy to be for people to remember watching a transformation of a person that made a lot of bad choices and, changed those choices like to the complete opposite and persevered and just, share good energy overall.
Excellent. Yes, ma'am. And your sister Khadija says that she's a huge Prince fan with all these exclamation marks. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go wrong with Prince. Nope. And I want to thank everyone who continues to like, share, subscribe to the People's Podcast. Once again, this means a lot to myself, my family, and the viewing audience of the People's Podcast that you would take time out of your busy schedule to come on, What She Said podcast. Let's make sure we all tune in. Let's make sure we all get the board game, and we look forward to it coming out.
Thank you.
I'm gonna make sure that we all get it, and I also want to make sure that any of the women who play it do not, get upset if y'all see me coming in with A, B, or C, whatever these choices. I don't want y'all getting mad at me. All right. This means a lot that you came on. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off with the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum, man.
Walaikum salam.